Do you know what's classic in Japanese? Well, classic is something that's timeless, can be appreciated, and will be as likable as ever even after 100 years. Well, Japanese always have a way with extending minimalism and intricacies in their culture, and fabrics were a really important aspect of that too. So today I am going to tell about this classic tale from the Japanese folklore where silk fabrics were dyed naturally and extensively used in making kimonos during the pre-Victorian era. And that particular design has transcended into the form of Seiko Presage Classic series in the form of Shiro-iro, which is essentially the warm white color that you will see today. The Classic series have a total of 5 variations to choose from, including the Shiro-iro and Sumi-iro in the open heart version. The normal dials will have the Shiro-iro, Araigaki and Sensaicha in 3 different colors to choose from. So what I have here is the Classic Shiro-iro from their Presage collection with the open heart design. So let's cover ourselves up with some Japanese silk. Here you can see a compact design with a stainless steel case and a case size of 40 millimeters, a lug to lug of 46 and a thickness of just 13 millimeters. The dial obviously hints of a dual curved sapphire glass with anti-reflective coating on the inside. Just look at this warm white color of the dial, which kind of gives a real soothing effect while it's polished really nicely from the inside. If you look even closer, you will find a recessed open heart at 9 o'clock position with a 24-hour clock to let you know the AMs and your PMs during a busy day. The Japanese know how to separate their classics from the contemporaries. On a variety of watches, you would usually find a loom, but in this case, since you are going to be wearing it on formal occasions and loom is something that can be degraded over time, they've completely removed it to keep that classic essence. Look at the crown closely and you will find that it's bigger than usual in size and is engraved with the Seiko logo. One thing to note here is that the 24-hour dial doesn't work as a GMT to track another time zone. So if you were thinking about that, just chuck it. The heart of this watch has to be a Seiko Calibre, and in this case is the newly launched 6R5J, which made its way in 2023 with the Sharp Edge series in the Presage collection. With a 24 jewel setup for a power reserve of a good 72 hours, this is an automatic with manual winding and hacking seconds function to keep you punctual at all times. The accuracy here is pretty decent with a -15 to +25 seconds a day variation, and the movement also uses dia shock for higher shock resistance. Standard water resistance of 100 meters keeps it floating in the Dead Sea. The weight is a decent 139 grams, and this one would fit on your wrist like a compact Japanese beauty, as you can already see. The strap is stainless steel with a deployment clasp and looks quite sturdy, heavy and metallic in my hands, as a good quality strap should be. I would just like to give you a perspective of the whole of Presage collection. Well, that starts with the cocktail time and the style 60s, which are priced similarly. Then you have the Sharp Edge series and the Classic series around the same benchmark, which comes in the 1 lakh rupee range, which is followed by the Craftsmanship series, which is at the top. And this particular classic is priced at 1.1 lakhs. So these are all just horses from one stable. But what about the whole ranch? So let's talk about other watches that you would want to buy in this particular price category, because this is very crucial for the luxury buyers in India and globally. So let's start with the usual. How can we forget Longines Hydro Conquest? But this time we have the quartz version because that's what you get at this price. And trailing behind is the Rado Hyperchrome, which is a top choice for the Indian buyers. The next one should be Raymond Wile's Toccata, because that's a timeless beauty. Fleeting in next is this bohas design from Junghans called Max Bill. I'm sure you have heard that name. Well, that's a headshot from a distance. The next one, which is inspired from the Gerald Genta design, is the iconic Maurice Lacroix Icon in the quartz version. How can Frederic Constant be left behind with its classic index automatic? The next is the classic design in the form of Doxa Sub 200, which is actually a killer whale and a whole barrier reef of colors to choose from. And the last watch to round up this competitor list would be the Nevada Grenschen's Antarctic Spider a lesser known brand looks like it came directly out of a 1950s movie set. Competition is intense, a lot of brands to choose from, but it's hard to miss Seiko, especially with the timeless design that this particular watch has. Simplicity is the key, which is sustainable through Japanese living, and that is the essence of this brand. And that's what Japanese have done really well. Power packed with features, this automatic watch with various complications leaves the quartz watches that we just discussed far behind. Well, Japanese have never been about the brand. Their product is their pure play. Seiko Presage Classic Shiro-iro definitely reminds us about the Japanese way of life, how they love, they take care, and the kind of essence they put in everything they do. So now this is your choice, whether you want to go with Seiko's Presage Classic series or you want to go with the rest of the other watches that I've just discussed. It's time to make some choices, and that's my classic goodbye. What are you wearing today?